guys, Zach here with another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this game I'm playing a 4v4 match on the map Super Ore Garden. I'm starting in the top middle position, playing as the Soviets. And the first thing I'm going to do in this map is I'm going to start taking my MCV towards the middle. And the reason for that is if you start in your starting position, it gives you a very bad position in terms of ore collection. So I want to get my ore refineries in a much better position to start with. And you can see I'm base crawling into the middle because then my ore refineries are going to be right next to the ore. The middle is also better than the outside because you've got this big ore patch in the middle of the map. So you really want to be next to that. And now we can see sort of blue with some infantry there. And I'll just have to be careful, stop my infantry and make sure I get rid of those. And I'm going to defend that side because I'm sort of like more to the left side than the right side. So that's where I'm going to be. I've got my first ore refinery out and I'm going to guide it towards that ore patch. You also need to make sure you do collect some of the gems at the start, just to give you that economy boost, and that'll allow me to go double war factory to start off with. And there's blue with some infantry there, and there is his ore refinery, very, very close to my infantry, and I might be able to get it. And yeah, it was a bit careless from blue, losing that ore refinery early on, and that is a massive loss. What will probably happen now is he'll stop producing the war factory and start building another ore refinery. So that was a big loss there. He had 5 infantry there just to like stop it being built. But I think he's just a little bit careless there. 5 infantry wasn't enough, obviously. And once I destroyed those infantry, I just was able to dive in on that war factory. And it's going to give me a bit of breathing space because I'm going to be able to get 2 ore trucks out now. And I've also built a Tesla coil, and let's see if that ore refinery is in range. Again, he hasn't defended it, and that's a big mistake. I'm just moving those infantry around, and yeah, that Tesla coil was also in range of that, so it was able to take out that ore refinery, and another one goes down. And now I'm going to be able to start building up tanks. I've sort of like changed my build order a little bit. Sometimes I do go for double war factory in this position, but this time I've just gone for single war factory, built a Tesla coil, just got 1 ore truck, and now I'm building a second ore refinery. And just having a look at where I'm going to build that. I'll be able to build that one. I'll be able to have that ore truck going to the middle to collect ore from there. And in a pretty good position right at the moment, and there's another war factory there now. Yeah, a bit further back, but now that I've got tanks, and that's the thing, he's been building ore refineries, he hasn't had a chance to build tanks, so this one is going to pretty much go down quite easily, and we'll try and get it down before those ore trucks get in, just block it there. And that's the 3rd ore refinery destroyed, and I think it'll be out of ore now, so we won't be able to build much more. And now I get my 2nd war factory out, and we're going to go for Rambo, who's playing in the bottom middle position, and you can see he's got quite a few heavy tanks. Possibly better to pull back at this point. And he's got a slight number advantage on me, so if I pull back, I could probably get in that Tesla coil range. And it's because I built that Tesla early on, it's made my economy not quite as good. And you can see, I think you can see that Tesla there, and he knows that he wants to be pulled back a bit. And now I'm just building that next ore refinery just next to that ore patch. I've got a little bit more space in my base right now, and just building up my economy and making sure I can build enough tanks. And you can see now Rambo trying to get that control of the middle ore patch. And I'm just trying to expand as much as possible, but we can see now Rambo in the top right position, and I've got an ore truck on very low HP there, but he's trying to go follow it, and Orange is there doing some damage there to his tanks. And now I've got my tanks in the middle, and we're going to be able to have a little bit of a fight. But you can see that the video game getting some revenge. He's got some infantry there, and I'm going to have to build a flame tower just to deal with them, destroying an ore refinery in that position. Fortunately, I did have another ore refinery ready to build. But yeah, I think he's only got infantry now. As we can see, he's using them. And we're going to build a flame tower in that position just to get rid of those few there. So I don't want to really have to bring any units there. And we can see Cyan bringing some tanks forward right now. And Orange also mining from that middle ore patch. And I'm going to build a power plant at the another power plant there. And yeah, just about a case of building my economy a bit more. We can see that Rambo now in the bottom, he's got 3 Tesla coils there. So that's going to be very dangerous if I try and push in. They could do a lot of damage, especially if used with those tanks in front, although he doesn't seem to have too many tanks at the moment. So it might be worth diving in and trying to get a hit on some of those defences. So let's see how this goes. We're taking out 1 Tesla coil there. And now we'll go for some of those tanks, see if we can get those tank numbers down and maybe get another Tesla coil out of the way. So yeah, we can see more tanks coming in, but we're trying to get an extra Tesla coil because it's behind the cliffs. It made it a bit hard for us to get at it, and it hasn't worked quite as well as I'd hoped there, and I've had to pull back a little bit. But I do have a bit of security now because we've got Cyan with tanks in the middle right, and we've also got Orange with some forces to the top right side of my base. And now what I'm doing is I'm just building down a little bit because I'm going to want to get a Tesla coil near to Rambo's base so I can fight it out there. You just have to be very careful when Tesla coils are involved, because if he gets the tank advantage on me, then things can change quite quickly. And you can see Blue there again with one of his infantry guys trying to destroy that ore refinery. And yeah, I'm just pulling up there a little bit. Although his tanks are out of position, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can go for that or Tesla coil, which is just exposed now. And you can see it's quite easy to take out when it's exposed like that, because Tesla coils work very well when tanks are defending them, but when there's no tanks, they do have very low HP, so I got a bit of a dive there, and now we're going to get another Tesla coil of our own in this area now, and it's going to be in, like, with our tanks as well. And you can just see, like, even though it's got low HP, any tanks that go for that are going to be fired on by my tanks, and now being able to get them down, we're going to go in for Rambo's base, so getting that large power plant down, and now we're going to go for his construction yard, and that'll mean he's not able to build any more structures, and you can see it's going to be pretty much over from this point, and he's tapped out of the game. What we're going to do is we're going to have a look at what was going on at the right side of the map a bit earlier. So there we have a bit of a pink and purple standoff. Both have actually built some dogs, kennels and dogs. You don't really see that often in custom games or any type of game for that matter. The only time I see dogs used is Hills of Ice, where you have civilians. That's quite an interesting map. And sometimes dogs can actually be used to kill grenadiers if you have a grenadier rush. They actually work quite well. So we're going to see what pink can see here. So you can see that purple has tanks, and those tanks are coming in. And let's see if they get some of the squash on some of the infantry, because infantry can do surprisingly good damage against tanks if they're not squashed straight away. And now red is coming through, and he's got a substantial number of tanks, and he's also got missile launchers in there mixed in. So let's see what they can do now. What is red going to go for? He's going to go for the construction yard. It got hit down, but a Tesla coil was put up straight away. But you can see how easily those Tesla coils can be taken out if they're put down in the middle of a tank battle. Really, you need them put like in a non-exposed position, let's say. That's why a lot of players, as you saw earlier, put those Tesla coils behind cliffs or behind forces. And now we're having a bit of a fight. There's a fight against Pink, but it doesn't look like Pink has anything to respond. And that war factory has been taken out. Pink has no refineries left, and it's just pretty much, he's going to be dead now. He's got a single tank left, but that will be taken out quite easily. We can see Orange coming in with some of those medium tanks and doing a little bit of damage to Red there. Red pulling back now to the safety of, well, not quite to the safety of the base, but he's pulling back, and we can see that more reinforcements are coming in from Red. He's got more heavy tanks there, and he's got a couple more missile launchers, and now it looks like he's going off to finish off Pink, and he'll be, yeah, he's going to take out some of those orange forces first, and that's smart. You need to take out the other forces first. Just whittle down that army, otherwise they're just going to be whittling down your forces as you attack their base. And that's Pink's last building, I think. And now Pink is officially out of the game. So now I think we're going to see Red going round the back, and we'll see if he goes for Orange's base next. We can also see some purple forces coming into the middle there. And now we see Red going for Orange. So it's only orange between me and the right side of the map now. And we've got purple and red attacking. And we'll see what they decide to go for. We do have a tech centre there, and that tech centre gets taken down. So if you did have full map visibility, I don't think you had full map visibility, but if you did, then that has been taken out now. And we can see that those buildings... Some of those buildings look like they're going to go down because Orange has got some medium tanks there, but he also loses his construction yard, which means he's not going to be able to build any more buildings. He's only got a single war factory, so he's going to have quite limited production of tanks because it's obviously you don't have as much tank building speed if you only have a single war factory. And now he's taken out... Was that the last ore refinery for Orange? It looks like he was. You can see those ore trucks are stationary, so now he has no more funds. We can see, though, that Red's army has been whittled down, and now he's trying to take out that war factory. You can see that war factory had just built an ore truck, which is, of course, going to be of no use right now. And that war factory definitely going to go down, but it's not going to make much difference, I guess, unless you can see, I think, Orange is out of funds. We can see the amount of funds they've got in that little box there. And that's Orange pretty much out of the game. So now we're going to go back to the game view. This was after defeating Rambo. And what I did is I went straight for Red's base. And now we're going to go for that ore refinery. So we take out that. There's a Tesla coil there, which we're going to take out as well. And we're going to get rid of some of those main buildings. So we can see there's a couple of barracks there. They would have been built right at the start. And we see some of Red's forces. He's got some heavy tanks there. He's got a missile launcher. But we're going to take out that war factory and a couple of those things. I'm just trying to find a place for that ore refinery. I'm able to use it now in quite a useful position, which was quite near to Rambo's base. And now we're trying to take out just some of Red's main buildings here. You can see we've whittled down Red's forces and taken out some of the major buildings. And now taking out some of those power plants. And we're going to go for that construction yard, I think. But purple comes in. And we might need to take this fight. We're just going to try and take out some of these main buildings first before we start to fight with purple. Because what we don't want to do is we don't want to get our forces whittled down in the process and then be vulnerable to an attack. So we're going to fight with purple and pull back now for the time being. And just trying to find useful positions for these ore refineries. The thing is, when you build quite a few ore refineries, it's quite hard. I probably should have actually sold some and built them in place. But now we're having a fight against purple, and let's see how this goes. He doesn't have that many heavy tanks, and we're going to be able to take them out quite easily at this point, although we have lost some of tanks of our own. And what we'll probably do is we'll probably try and take out purple and just take control of this middle part. Well, we'll have we've already pretty much got control of the middle, but we'll have complete control here. So we're taking out some of those ore trucks, and we'll see, does purple have anything to respond? He has some tanks there, but we have the better numbers, and that means we're going to get the better trade-off here. And now we're getting that third war factory down. We're just getting a useful position for it. And now that's going to increase our tank building speed, because you can see our ore reserves are starting to stack up. And now we're pushing into purple's base. It doesn't like he has any base defences. And now we're going to be able to take out that construction yard. And now it'll just be a case of destroying buildings. So a little bit of a hectic game. And what won this match for us was that start by the video game. Now, the video game is a good player. He is ranked 130 in quick match, which means on occasion he'd probably beat me if we played on quick match. But yeah, he just had a terrible start with that war factory, a big mistake there. And you can see Red pushing into my base, but he's going to be taken out by Cyan's tanks. But yeah, just sometimes players have those types of games. I certainly have them in as well, where you just make a major mistake at the start and it sort of like wrecks the whole game. So yeah, basically, yeah, losing that first ore refinery and that second ore refinery, it just really cost him the game. Now, I do think if Blue had, say, started on the right side of the map, I think they would have won this game. And I think if we played again, I think most of the time the other team would win in those teams. It was just the way that match played out, which gave us a major advantage early on. And now it's just a case of going in there and cleaning up. But yeah, we all have those games where we make a big mistake and then can't come back from it. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.